Momoshiki is back. Boruto's fate has been decided by Momoshiki. And when that day comes, he shall take over and live Uzumaki Boruto's life for him. Oh yeah, today is my day. Let's continue the story of Boruto before 2 Blue Vortex until chapter 80, while waiting for chapter 15, Boruto 2 Blue Vortex to be released. But before that, please like and subs. Thanks. The story begins after Damon slaughters Code until he gives up and chooses to run away. But Code is not alone. He also brings Bugs as people who have been with him for a long time. Although initially Bugs were annoyed because they had been dragged into his problems, but Code stated that it was part of his rescue, rather than having to die. But the place where Code and Bug are located is not clearly known, but certainly it looks like a desert, right? With a state of severe injury as a result of fighting Damon, this was the beginning of Code's grudge against Kawaki and Eida. He decided to kill Kawaki, Eida, and several people valuable to them. And all of that because of the grudge and heartache suffered by Code. But before Code continues his intentions, we return to see where Shikamaru and others are talking about several important things, and the conversation starts with Shikamaru asking about Kawaki's karma that has been restored. But here, Kawaki admits that it was all Amado did without his permission. Shikamaru already understood and suspected that what Amado did had other motives. Even Shikamaru urged Kawaki to rethink whether there was another motive about the karma that was implanted into Kawaki without his permission. Maybe Amado had said before that it was because of Kawaki's desire to protect Naruto. But Shikamaru, as a genius, he always thinks 2 steps ahead, and therefore he is still suspicious of Amado's purpose. But, do you know guys, Amado's other reason? Yep, we will discuss it at the end of the video. So, because actually Kawaki also has the same curiosity as Shikamaru, but Kawaki is pessimistic when it is proven that Amado has been captured by Code. Even Kawaki assumed that Amado was no longer important to them. Maybe it could be ascertained if he was dead. With that sentence spoken, Naruto said that Kawaki should not have said that. Even Kawaki impolitely told Shikamaru like, "Hey Shika, you're secretly glad, aren't you, to not have to deal with that shifty bastard?" And because of that remark, Shikamaru became angry with Kawaki. But when Naruto told him to stop, Kawaki said something unexpected to Shikamaru. Worthless and upset. What a great combo, right? This is very exciting, right? But at the same time, a shinobi came and reported that there was an urgent call for Shikamaru, and it was from Amado. A good news from Amado, who had been with Eida, was coming to Konoha from Snow Country using the train. And as usual, Shikamaru's first response to hearing that it was Amado who was still alive surprised him a little. Even Shikamaru confirmed to Amado if there was no sign of Code Claws nearby. Maybe this is the right response, guys. Especially Shikamaru might be traumatized if previously Code had marked his body with claw marks that allowed him to sneak into Konoha unnoticed. But in essence, Amado told Shikamaru if Eida had now cut ties with Code. In other words, Eida will not help Code, and it is certain that Code has lost his greatest ally. And besides, then it is fixed if Eida accepts Shikamaru's offer to move inside with Konoha with Damon. Shikamaru still does not believe, even surprised after getting information from Amado, if Eida accepts the offer. Even Amado said that it is true and Konoha should prepare a good room for Eida. And the conclusion of the conversation over the phone, Shikamaru panicked when he found out Damon was also with Eida, because Shikamaru had found out if Damon had helped Code when fighting Kawaki until he was helpless. But even so, Amado explained that Damon was Eida's younger brother. Although initially Amado and Shikamaru contradicted each other about Damon coming with Eida, but between the two of them they had no choice and authority to refuse. But unfortunately, Amado deceived Konoha. Even with very clever sentences and words, Shikamaru finally accepted the decision, and even Amado also said that he rescinded Code's limiters. Even at the end of the chat, Amado mentioned that Shikamaru was game pieces, which made Eida curious about it. But because Amado is a good speaker, he was able to make the situation go according to his plan. And also Eida did not forget to remind Amado to help Eida's relationship with Kawaki. But it turns out that Eida will even threaten to kill Amado if things go bad between Kawaki and Eida. Yeah, Amado's response immediately became shocked when Eida said she would kill him. Because besides that, Eida admitted that she was annoyed at Amado to the point of wanting to kill him for giving her the ability to enchant the entire human race. So maybe why Eida is upset about having that ability. It's certainly because of her frustration or annoyance with the person she's talking to. In other words, then automatically the person doesn't immediately understand or respond as she expects. If you still don't understand what I mean, maybe it's simple like this. With this ability, everyone who sees her, whether male or female, will automatically be attracted and fascinated by her, and that is without their will or desire. This causes a big problem in Eida's relationships with others because she can't tell if someone really likes her. Because in reality, this power created feelings of loneliness and frustration for Eida, as she could never feel a genuine or authentic relationship. This power may seem like an advantage, but for Eida, it was more like a curse as it prevented her from feeling true love and genuine bonding with the people around her. So have you got it, guys? And at the moment when Eida says that she likes Kawaki, honestly, this will be the opposite when Kawaki finds out. Maybe it will have the fate of Code, who declared love to Eida. Right, rejection. How complicated is this cyborg love story? Oh yeah. After the call ends, Shikamaru is seen talking over the phone and ordering Naruto to the Hokage office along with Team 7 and also Kawaki. But one thing is for sure, I don't understand and know who the person Shikamaru ordered. Then the scene switches where Boruto is preparing to use Sasuke's headband to go to the Hokage office. But before Boruto leaves the house, we see my queen calling Boruto and asking if it's true that he got the mission. And Boruto confirms that if the mission is directly from Shikamaru, especially Team 7 has been on hiatus because of Boruto's karma. But unexpectedly, Hinata cried to hear that Boruto was going to go on a mission. So Hinata was still traumatized after his death in the previous mission. Even Hinata cried because he was worried that Boruto's departure to carry out this mission would not return home again. Yeah, this is a natural response as a mother, and Boruto apologizing for making her worry. But the worry was not only from Hinata, even Himawari, who saw her brother leave, also showed a worried expression like her mother. But in the end, Boruto said that even though he had died once, but he promised to return home. But there was something that surprised me. Yeah, the goat is back. When Boruto came out of the house, he unexpectedly met Momoshiki. Even Momoshiki doubted and said if he was irresponsible to his mother because he promised to come home after his mission was completed. But apparently Boruto's response made it sound funny when he called Momoshiki a freeloader. And Boruto also confirmed to Momoshiki whether he would not resurrect anymore. Even Boruto was also confused why he was still here. And this is where a conversation will happen in the future. Let me ask you, why do you still cling to your meaningless existence when you know your future holds nothing but despair? What? I told you that you were going to lose everything. And that moment is rapidly approaching. You shall despair and lose your will to live, enough to want to escape this world. And when that day comes, I shall take over and live Uzumaki Boruto's life for you. This shouldn't be a spoiler. Boruto will lose everything, including his family. And it was Kawaki who made Boruto and Kawaki's positions switched. This will be a long story, and we should continue what Momoshiki said. So in conclusion, Momoshiki declares to Boruto not to worry, because in the end, Momoshiki doesn't care about resurrecting anymore, because possessing Boruto's body will yield the same results. And Momoshiki also stated that it will happen soon. And after all, Boruto will always be his vessel. Let me be a little spoiler, guys. So what Momoshiki said has a big probability. The fact can't be refused if Momoshiki has visions of the future. However, it can still be inevitable, because in Chapter 13, Kashin Koji has awakened a Shinjutsu with the name Jippo. And in conclusion, if Boruto's future will be the same as Momoshiki said, with Jippo's ability, it will change the timeline or destiny that Boruto will receive. Although it is not 100%, but with Jippo's ability to see the future, it will also be useful as information to change the predetermined line of destiny. In other words, Boruto must try even harder so that his bad fate can be avoided. And in the last sentence before Momoshiki left, he emphasized that he would not let Boruto die anymore, because Boruto is his precious vessel and no one else should have it. And although Boruto threatened Momoshiki to suffer in the future, but Boruto's destiny has been determined. And one of the paths to that timeline and destiny is Boruto's hard work, as I explained earlier. But at the same time, Mitsuki and Sarada had arrived to see Boruto. But in the situation after he talked to Momoshiki, Boruto looked so frustrated. He even shouted that he would determine his own fate, making Sarada panic until she thought Boruto looked even more excited. And not only that, Mitsuki also feels that even if Boruto dies and comes back or becomes Otsutsuki, he is still Boruto. Oh yeah, when Boruto leaves home to go on a mission, Himawari talks to her mother and says if she becomes a ninja, maybe she can help Boruto. But Himawari makes a question that makes Hinata surprised. That is how Hinata will feel if Himawari becomes a ninja. Become more anxious or vice versa? Yeah, even though in the end, Himawari will become a ninja and even become a Kurama vessel. Sadly, Hinata does not know this in the future because Hinata and Naruto will be sealed in the Daikokuten dimension. And when we see Boruto again, and they head to the Hokage office, the scene shows code that previously escaped from Eida's hiding place. But before I explain some important things about this place, I think we should take a short break. Thank you guys for the likes and subs, and for the next chapter I will update as soon as possible. I'm Neem, see you in the next episode. Bye-bye, Data Bio.